Today we are going to go, it's in Chesapeake, Virginia, to the African American Heritage Trail, and they have like a podcast that goes along with it. It's a driving
tour.
Yes, thank you. Here we are at the first stop, Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterway Park and Visitor Center. I had no clue this was even over here, and I've lived in Virginia Beach right next to Chesapeake for what?
Do you want to tell them?
A whole lot of years. You haven't lived here quite as long as I have, but
I probably have.
maybe.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Well,
Yeah.
counting the time you left, I have.
Yeah. It looks like there's a monument over there. There's a museum over here. And there's some walking trails. Well, they have a nice little trail out here, and it tells you the history of the Battle of Great Bridge.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, too.
It is pretty cool.
The king actually freed the slaves if they would fight for him. And they had a Ethiopian regiment.
Yep, and there were a bunch of them that said okay and went. Now here's the new Great Bridge, but the original Great Bridge is down this way a ways. Do you know how far? Probably a half a mile or a quarter mile?
Quarter mile, maybe.
Quarter mile, okay. This right here tells us about Billy Flora, who was a free black man who fought against the British, and he was known as a hero because he was went up to the bridge, fought the British, and then took some boards off to slow them down long enough for the Americans to get back to where they needed to be.
That's probably where the fort was, right over there.
Yep, on the other side, right over there.
The original bridge was right over there.
Yep, right down there where you see people or cars riding. It's the original Great Bridge. We are now at the, what is this?
Unknown and known AFRO-UNION Civil War soldiers.
Yeah, what he said. This is spot number 2. Here's the Brigadier General of the African Brigade. This memorial is the only one of its kind in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's dedicated to honor AFRO-UNION patriot heroes. So what's over here?
Dismal Swamp Canal, I'm thinking.
We have made it to stop number 3, and it is the Dismal Swamp Trail, and this is Chessie, the Chesapeake Bear. The reason that this trail is on the African American Heritage Trail is because it was part of the Underground Railroad network to freedom. This is an 8-mile trail that goes down an old road, so it is really nice for biking or skating or walking or hiking or running or anything you'd like to do. Right over here is the superintendent's house, and this was right here on the Dismal Swamp. The reason this is on the African American Heritage Trail is because there was a lot of trade going on here and a lot of hustle and bustle. Therefore, it made it easy for the enslaved people to fit in and be able to maybe get away. So this was sort of a way that they may have gotten their freedom. It was part of the Underground Railroad. Of course, when Steve looks at this, he thinks, wonder what it would be like to inspect in that crawl space. Isn't that right, Steve?
That's right.
You think this would pass a very good inspection? It's a fixer-upper?
It's a fixer-upper.
I bet there'd be a lot of snakes under there.
Could be.
We are now at our 5th stop, which is the Cornland School. And this was one of Virginia's first efforts to educate the African American population. And this is just a tiny little schoolhouse. It was established in 1871. Look at that cool bird. Now that's a wingspan.
When you're ready, roll your window up.
We're trying to get to Cuffytown Cemetery, and woo! I hope we don't get stuck. Oh, ooh, crazy, crazy. This is Cuffytown Road. Looks like we're in somebody's yard, so hopefully they don't come out and shoot us. But we're just trying to get to the cemetery. Having fun four-wheel driving?
Yeah.
We have reached our last stop on the African American Historic Trails Tour, and this is the Cuffytown Cemetery, which Cuffytown was formed by free black men in the 1700s. I had no clue this was out here in Chesapeake. It is so cool to find out some of our history. These are some old gravestones.
1932. Born in 1868. 64 years old.
Is that Corporal Levi Sevens? Dudley Smith died in 1915.
George Smith, 1820 to 1908.
Cornelius.
He was in his 40s during the Civil War.
Matilda Smith. She was 83 years old when she died. And she died in 1904.
1921. 1821.
Guess so. Ah, here's some cuffies. Oh wow. Here's another cuffie. Age 21. That's sad. Miseria Cuffy died in 1920, age 73. How old they were. This flagpole was put up to honor the 13 known colored troops, Civil War veterans of Cuffytown, Chesapeake, Virginia. Well, we finished the trail. What do you think?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So if you want something free to do in Chesapeake, Virginia, check out the African American Historic Trail. You can look it up on Google, and there are also podcasts that tell you about it, which we were listening to as we were driving from place to place. This is not a trail that you could do on foot. You do have to have your car.